Hello and welcome back for the second fight of round one in Grand Arena Championships. Uh, as you can see by the title card, I'm 1-0. We're still working on 3v3. Speaking of that last round, here's the board and how it ended. Um, he didn't even attempt my malevolence. I think he knew that he was done. He took two shots for this Finn team. He took 3 attempts on my Padme team, and then coming in the back, took 2 attempts on that Bounty Hunter team. He didn't beat the Poggle Django team, though he did attempt that, and he didn't even attempt the Maul. So that's how last round went. I actually changed my defenses up this round. I did that because on my main account I found a couple defenses that work better. So I'm going to try them this week, or this round I should say. The top stays mostly the same. I did move Talzin to the front though. Down here, instead of having Asajj Zombie Watt, I switched to the Asajj Acolyte Zombie Cheese, because in the back I am throwing in this new Watt 3PO team. What that does is it lets me switch from Sith Trooper to Dooku on the Maul team, adds a little damage, adds a little stun to make that team a little more difficult, hopefully. Now, let's talk about what I'm facing and then the matchup itself. Here you can see the top zone that I'm going to be going up against this round. I have an Asajj team. It's not a cheese team though. Wouldn't surprise me if there was a zombie cheese team in the back zone. I have this Hux team. Looks like he has started to go for Supreme Leader Kylo, because he has at least two G13 members here. They don't actually have relics. I have this Dooku team where Django is R4 and going to be damage immune for 2 turns. So that's probably actually the biggest challenge up top. And then I have this Geo team to contend with. Down, looking at the bottom, have Karth in the middle. Unfortunately, as you saw, Malak is on defense, so not going to be able to use the Malak solo. I have this Bosk team. That's kind of the standard Bounty Hunter team. And then we have a General Grievous team that actually has pretty decent relics other than Magna. So now that we know what I'm facing, let's take a little look at the actual matchup itself here. You can see my opponent does not have a very wide roster. He only has 4.8 million in GP. Typically, I would say that this is the mark of a whale when you have a million more GP. But instead, I think it's actually a focused roster, because the usual telltale sign of a young whale account is the Zetas, and if you look at the Zetas down here, we're basically equal. So I think instead, this is a person that just focuses the building of their roster very well and keeps their GP down. So despite the million advantage, this is it's going to be a difficult fight. When you look at the relics, he keeps most of his relics at tier 4, though we have the same amount of tier 5. Looking at GA stats, I have many more offensive wins. I have more lifetime banners. I have more zones cleared. I have more rounds full cleared by almost double. So he's got a few more defense wins, but not a huge amount. And then looking at the roster here, you can see he actually has more G13 than me. I have a ton more G12. And then mods, I have an advantage, though it's not a huge advantage there. So that's what we're facing. Let's now talk about the plan and how we're going to approach this. Okay, so I've already pre-filled in many of, or at least the bottom and all of his defense teams here. So what I'm thinking for the bottom, Geos work great on bounty hunters, so we'll go Brood on his Bosk. Then Jedi Knight Revan will go for Grievous. It's going to be a bloodbath, but that's why I got Grandmaster Yoda up to R5 recently. And then for this Karth team, I'll be honest with you, this is what took me the longest to figure out a counter for, because I don't want to overkill it. And so I finally landed on Shaak Ti. The one thing with that is I'm going to be using this Shaak Ti team, so it's going to be using the Echo. Hopefully I don't need that in the back. I don't think I should, because I'll have Darth Revan, Rex, General Skywalker, and JTR for the back, not to mention Kira Nest and General Grievous. So I think this is a good plan. Now that we know what we're doing, let's get the party started and put the wheels in motion here. Since this Karth team was the biggest bane of my existence in trying to figure out a counter here, why don't we start there? Alright, so I'm going to start with Echo, and going to start on this Karth. We're going to call Clone Sergeant every time, because on a crit he gains 50% turn meter, so he basically becomes a machine gun. And so we were able to take out Karth with the Echo counter. Now, let's cleanse the blind off Clone Sergeant. And he can't be countered because he's stealthed. We will dispel everyone. Now the big thing is going to be keeping Shaak Ti alive, because apparently they're focusing on her, and, well, I'm not keeping her alive. That's what it comes down to. So we'll hit mission. I'm going to hit mission with... Not going to hit mission with Clone Sergeant. This might have actually been a bad choice, because this team is... Once I lost Shock, I lost my cleanse. And with Echo dazed here, he can't assist, which is obviously a problem. And I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna lose the first fight. I told you, this front zone, this was my biggest worry. God, I hate 3v3. Because there's no world where those two should have beaten clones, especially Relict Echo. So now we need to figure out a way to take them out. And the answer is probably, well, it's not probably, the answer is First Order. This First Order isn't Relict, which is why I don't use them much on this account. Realistically, I probably should have, though. And mission is going to be stunned, or was stunned for 2 turns. Let's see if I can... Got the Zalbar stunned, too. The problem is you really just have to work down the Zalbar. And he just has so much defense. Alright, so Zalbar's gone. Now we'll take out mission. That's a fun way to start in 3v3. Alright, let's go in with the next toughest fight here. So, we'll use the Jedi Knight Revan. Alright. So, if you hear honking in the background, that's because the puppy decided to wake up, even though he's been sleeping for God knows how long. And he's playing with his little stuffed platypus, of course. Alright, so, without B2 here, you just kind of have to wait until Grievous takes a turn to come out of stealth. And if you can, attack B1, because otherwise Magna will counter and he'll taunt. And then once you can get the mark on Grievous. And from there, you just have to keep calling Yoda to assist and hopefully get big hits on Grievous. And then once Grievous is down, obviously, the match is basically over. We have now procced Savior. So just have to keep going. And big hit, that should do it. Now, let's get rid of Magna. Use the AoE, reduce some stacks, call Jedi Knight Revan, fill up his protection, and there we go. So 54 banners there, and a promotion to Bronzium. Next. Alright, we have this Bounty Hunter team, and we have the Geos. Bossk has the Zeta, so we just kind of have to work through this. And then once you get his protection down, he goes, because of the Bossk lead, he goes much easier. The problem is you have to deal with the AoEs first, because they're going to refill protection. And unfortunately, Boba landed ability block on all of my characters. Alright, let's see if that can... no. And now his protection is gone. Let's heal up, dispel, and that should do it. Now we just need to go after Boba. Let's put expose on him to make it easier. Alright, now I need to call assists, hopefully. That got the kill, so Soldier's not going to finish with full protection, but 53 banners isn't that bad. Now, let's see what's hiding in the back. Yeah, there's the Talzin Cheese. We also have a Phasma team. We have a Newt team with a, look at that, fancy Stormtrooper Han. And then we have, of course, a Kylo team, because, like I said, he's going for Supreme Leader Kylo. And it looks like he's holding back all the relics as well, which is actually kind of a smart thing to do. It's what I'm doing on my main account with this Kylo team. So let's take a look at the battle planner and figure this all out now. Okay, now that we have the full picture here, I'm going to keep CLS and Traya the same up here. So, we have a JTR team that are relicked, which I'm probably going to use down here for KRU. I have, so that's JTR, and then I have a lot of options here, honestly. Problem is, all these teams aren't that big of a threat, but at the same time they are. So I'll use GAS here, and I'll use that as an undersized Let's see, does Rex have... Yeah, we'll bring Rex in here. Actually, you know what? No, we won't, because Rex doesn't really... Alright, so, I think what the plan is going to be, we'll use JTR here. Rex can avoid the stuns up on that top Asajj team. So, that leaves... we'll use General Skywalker to counter that Stormtrooper Han team, because I'll go in undersized with Ahsoka. She'll be able to dispel when Stormtrooper Han taunts, which gets all that turn meter away. So that leaves Talzin with Talia, Phasma, which really is nothing much. You know, I think I'll bring Nest down here. Then this Dooku team, we can use Darth Revan. And that leaves General Grievous for this Phasma team. Alright, so I think that's the plan. Before we start it, let's just make sure that there's no feats that I can take care of, and then we will get this moving. Alright, so let's see. Well, I can collect the Bronzium promotion feat. And then there are no new feats that I have to worry about here. So we can just go in with the plan and take these people out. So I'm actually going to start on the top. That way I can make sure we can get to fleets. So we'll start with Asajj, who we said we're going to use the Rex team on. Alright, now we will dispel that. We'll get offense up. Actually, let's start attacking Daka. Just keep going after Daka. She's G13, so she's gonna take some hits. We'll give the turret to 5s. And they stunned Arc again, but... Alright. Alright. Let's take out Spirit. And now we should be able to take out Asajj, who is dodging like crazy. And they love Arc Trooper. Just die. Alright, so awful banners because of that hit on Rex at the end. Now, this Hux team, we will go in with CLS. And... Actually going to take out Sith Trooper first so they don't get off the AoEs. And of course, that was dispelled. Put buff immunity up. Now let's stop Hux. Call Chewie to assist because when he does damage, he restores protection. And 53 banners. Alright, next up are these Geos. So I will use my Sith Trio. Could probably undersize it, but there's no undersized feats. So there is no need. Have them start attacking Scion here. And we're going to keep the Isolate up. There's one fell over. Of course, they get a heal off. Bring up Held by Hatred. Let's restore some protection. Then ability block, or not. Alright. So, 51 banners. And now this Django team, who will go in with Darth Revan. And the goal is to just never give them a turn. So let's go after the Droideka first. Next, get Fear on Django. So he never got a turn while he had damage immunity. And now we can just take him out. And 52 because he was able to get off one shot, of course. This is apparently the round of them getting off an extra attack just before they die. Alright, so we'll go to the back. Start with Grievous here. Always kill First Order officer first on a First Order team. Always. He is the driving force, essentially, of a First Order team with all the turn meter gain. And the turn meter swapping, etc. Well, I got the kill there. They, once again, got one last shot off on B2, and so I got 53 instead of 54 banners. Next, we'll go with this Talzin team. And actually, we're just going to do Nest Hoda. Bring Hoda in just for a little extra healing to avoid the plague that Talzin gets off. Heal up to full health. There we go. Well, and let's start taking down the protection on the others. Let's work on that Talia. Alright, there's the first kill. Up to get rid of plague. Alright, there's the second kill on Talia. Heal up to get rid of plague. And this should get rid of Talia again. Alright, there's the kill on Talia. Now we'll go after Talzin. Heal. Go after Talzin again. And there it is. Alright. So 2 fights left. And we'll bring General Skywalker against this Newt team. Yes, I know I'm going in undersized. That was easy enough. Just basically wait till you get a turn and kill them. Alright, so this first order now. Now, if I was smart, I would have done this first, just in case something goes wrong, but it's the Battle of the Relict, First Order, and Resistance. Alright. Now, Fox is always the easiest to go down. Before I kill him with this triple shot, I'm going to apply healing immunity to KRU, though. For some reason, even though my R2's potency is over 70%, never lands a stun. Even with tenacity down, R2 isn't landing a stun. Alright, so let's see. Call the triple shot and try and get healing there, but it didn't work. And there's Fox gone. Now both Kylos have healing immunity. And that's really what makes this team tough, is the healing immunity. Or had healing immunity now. They both got rid of it. So let's take the AoE out first. And now we just have to wait for healing immunity to come back up. And then KRU will be an easy kill. Do that because that actually feeds JTR turn meter to do her little hand wave, which gets her to her next turn faster, and lets me kill KRU. So 53 there. All that's left is the fleet in the back now, which is a Malevolence, and it's going to have the Millennium Falcon. Are my Galactic Republic ships. Just because of the annoying cheese that they have, I will go in with the full fleet. I kind of need him to lose once anyway at this point, so might as well. And let's get the Vulture out first, because that one applies buff immunity. Well, the little side ones never do. Next, let's put the buff immunity on dear old Sunfac. Now, get rid of the droids while giving me retribution at the same time. Next, we'll call in Plo and get rid of the ability block. Alright, big hit. Just missed finishing him off. Let's get the droids off the Houndstooth, though. Make sure that my people don't die for good. And this is why the retribution with Ahsoka is fantastic. Go ahead and target her, because she'll come back to life and she'll kill you in the process. Clear out all the little side vultures. That way I can get to the stealth spy. Alright, there we go. 64 banners. That's actually a really good result. And there's the final score, 24-45. So not great at all because of stupid Carth. We'll let you know next time how this ended up. Please leave a like and subscribe if you like this, and I will see you later. Thank you.